Word detective, the ugly duckling. Hans Christian Andersen wrote the story The Ugly Duckling. It tells about a small baby duck called a duckling who is a very ugly duck. He is not very happy because all the farm animals make fun of him. Then one day the duckling grows up. He finds out he is not a duck, but a beautiful swan. Below is part of the story. The poor duckling had crept out of his shell last of all. He looked so ugly. He was bitten and pushed and made fun of, not only by the ducks, but by all the poultry. Here's a clue, not only by the ducks, but all the poultry. He is too big, they all said. The turkey, who fancied himself really an emperor, puffed himself out like a vessel in a full snail. Puffed himself out. Think about that, you guys. Remember well, think about like a chicken or some type of bird, if they would puff themselves up, how would they look? So the turkey who fancied himself really an emperor puffed himself out like a vessel in a full sail. He flew at the duckling and became quite red in the face with passion. So think about that, guys. He flew at the duckling and became quite red in the face with passion. If you fly towards something, you're probably not happy about something. And have you heard that expression, you get so mad that you feel red? So how do you guys think the turkey was feeling? We'll see. The poor little duckling did not know where to go. He was quite miserable because he was so ugly and laughed at by the whole farmyard. So it went on from day to day till it got worse and worse. The poor duckling was driven out by everyone. Even his brothers and sisters were unkind to him. They would say, "Ah, you ugly creature, I wish the cat would get you." The ducks pecked him, the chickens beat him, and the girl who fed the poultry kicked him with her feet. So at last he ran away, frightening the little birds in the hedge as he flew off. Sorry, guys. Circle the letter of the word that means almost the same thing as the underlined word. Use the rest of the sentence to help, use the rest of the sentence to help find the correct meaning of the word. Number 1, made fun of not only by the ducks, guys. Remember, what other animals do they speak of? Made fun of not only by the ducks, but by all the poultry, by all the vegetables, by all the birds, by all the clouds. We know that it's birds because they didn't say much about vegetables or clouds. However, they did mention a turkey, which is also a bird just like a duck. So that gives me a clue that it is birds, that the answer is birds. 2, the turkey who fancied himself really an emperor. When you fancy yourself as something, you believe something. So your answer is A, ran, B, dressed, or C, believed. 3, puffed himself out like a vessel in full sail. Puffed himself out like a ship in full sail. Well, that could make sense because a ship and sail are relatable because they both happen to, it happens on water. B, puffed himself out like a cake in a full sail. Or C, puffed himself out like a goose in full sail. Our answer is A, ship. Okay, so for the rest of these guys, I am not going to give you the answer. Just try your best, okay? I'll try and give you clues as I'm reading along. 4, became quite red with passion. When you see red with passion, that means it's really important enough to you to get to your emotions. So became quite red in the face with sunrise, A. Became quite red in the face with rain, or became quite red in the face with anger. 5, was quite miserable because he was so ugly and laughed at. Was calm, unhappy, or hungry. 6, even his brothers and sisters were unkind to him. Mean, helpful, asleep. 7, would say, ah, you ugly creature, I wish the cat would get you. Door, animal, apple. 8, so at last he ran away, frightening the little birds. Riding, feeding, scaring. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you. Bye.